I just love playing little short shots close to the green with the Hickory clubs. It's so much more fun. It's definitely more pressure on you. They're not as easy to hit as the modern clubs. I've got a pretty simple way of looking at these kind of shots, and I play most of the chip shots with a pretty straight face club. I like to see the ball land quite early on the green, and I like to see the ball rolling towards the hole, shall we say. Not a very good one there. But I like to play straight face clubs. It feels easier. I like to see the ball roll like a putt. That maybe come down a little bit better. Yeah, slightly better that time. So pretty straight face kind of clubs. And then the secret really is obviously get yourself set up in a good position. I like to play these shots with a very little small together with my feet, small short little stance. That will give me also less movement in my body, and again it will give me complete focus on what I do with my hands and arms, which is really the secret to the short game with Hickory clubs. Good focus on what your hands and arms are doing when you're hitting the shots. And again, it's back to how we hold the club, and I'd never ever hold the club with my normal full shot hold. I always hold with a softer feel, and what I do with the Hickories is, especially with these little simple shots, when I play the straight face club, I basically just play with the same hold of the club that I would use if I was going to putt the ball. Gives me a nice little contact to the ball, rolls nicely down the hole. It's a very simple way to do it, and that's basically just with the first finger of the left hand again down the side of the fingers. The putt feel gives me a nice feel for these shots with clubs. So that is with the shot with the club flat on the ground. I always raise the club up, pick it up that way, get the club more horizontal in relationship to the ground. Hit most of my chip shots with actually the toe of the club. I don't usually hit them off the middle of the club. So get the club nice and upright. When you get set up to it makes it easier because you get much closer to the ball. Your eyes get more over the ball line. It's easier to see the direction you're going to hit the shot, and then just let your hands swing the club back and forward, and you'll get a nice little chip shot which runs towards the target there. So that's one way of doing it. Obviously you're going to get yourself in a bit of trouble. Here's a tricky one here. There's an awful lot more grass around the ball. I might have to go up and loft here more to one of my nibliks. I've got a couple of nibliks in the bag. And what I do with this shot is that, again, I have the club pretty upright. Again, I use the putt hold of the club, the first finger of the left hand and the back of the fingers of the right hand, but a much more traditional kind of hold of the club with the right hand. And what I try to do from here is when I aim, I don't actually aim with the club head square towards where I want the ball to go. I actually close the club face. So I close the club face and I aim with the top edge of the club. And what happens with the Hickory club is it tends to stick in the ground a little bit, and as I hit the shot, the club comes back to a square position. So I start with a closed position with the club face, and then as it strikes the ground, it opens back up to a square position. You maybe haven't thought about that, but that's the little trick I use here for these little shots. So I get nice and upright. I've got the club face a little bit closed, aiming with the top part of the club, and even if it's a difficult lie here, it's easy for me to get the ball moving correctly towards the target. You see the effect of that when it's a super little shot from a very difficult lie. So that's a way of looking upon your chip shots. Keep it simple, keep the ball close to the ground, make it roll a lot towards the target. You don't want to chuck it up in the air, just makes it difficult. And if you've got difficult lies, when you've got lots of grass around the ball, think about this one. Close the club face a little bit, aim with the back, the top line of the club here, and when you hit the shot, the club will square up at impact, and you'll get the same kind of result which I got there from that little chip shot. Chipping is great fun, but I tell you what, it's much more fun with these fantastic golf clubs. Give it a try. Hope you have some fun.